I'm Patrick.
And I'm Anya.
And we just put together our dream 80 series tourer that we can use to travel Australia. But like any setup, it's taken a lot of trial and error to get it right. But today, we're finally sharing how we got here and what's to come.
Now, for the longest time, I ran a roof rack and rooftop tent on my 80 series, and for all our trips around Australia, it's been the best setup. As sleek as the car does look right now without any of that gear on it, I'm gonna put it all back on because it is the most practical setup for me and my girlfriend when we're doing that long distance touring. So let me show you what we're doing. All right, so there is a lot of camping gear around me right now, and it's all going back on the 80 series. So I don't want to hear any 3.5 ton GVM jokes, but a lot of things are actually being reused, apart from this rooftop tent. This is a brand newie. So you would have saw I had the RTT14 on the car previously. This is the OCAM 4x4 RTT15. So it's a new part of their night sky range. This one's gonna have a lot of new improvements over my previous tent, which I'm super excited to try out. So that's going on. Reusing the old roof rack, the old OCAM roof rack. That's an alloy one, so help keep the weight down. We got my old awning going back on as well. Solar panels, my drawer system, storage system for the back. We also got the water tank going in. So all those things I was building throughout the last year to sort of set it up for this touring missions I want to do, it's all going back in. So I can't wait to get it all back on. There's a lot to do, so let's get right into it. So I'm not going to show you the tent and everything just yet. We're going to actually get started first on mounting everything I want to it. Now, this model, the RTT15, comes with roof racks, which is awesome from standard. So we're going to bolt these on because I want to be carrying stuff on this car, surfboards, etc. And not to mention my solar panel, because fixed solar on a rooftop tent's awesome. So we'll go get these all set up, get them where we want them, and then we can bolt everything down. All right, so with the roof rack mounted to the rooftop tent, we're ready to put the rooftop tent on our big roof rack. So all you gotta do for that, there are these mounting rails under here, so it's literally just a matter of dropping it on your roof rack, and then you can bolt straight up through that and attach it, super easy. Now I'm gonna go the next step here, so don't do this unless you know what you're doing, I'll say. We're actually gonna rip these mounting rails off just because it makes the tent even more slimline to the car. So if we rip these off, we can mount this directly to the roof rack. There's a little bit of hassle, stuffing around to make that work, but essentially means removing these and bolting through the actual tent itself to that. That's just making it look as flush as possible in my mind. It's just something I like to do. So I'm gonna rip these off, flush mount it. Same, you might notice this tent also has an Anderson plug up here. So there's some power in here, which is pretty cool. We're also gonna disconnect that and run that down as well onto the roof rack. So yeah, I'll get doing that. Should have it on the car pretty soon.
Now, I also added some accessories to the rooftop tent, like my max tracks and my 270 awning that can be bolted directly to the side of the tent.
All right, so we've got our rooftop tent and an awning and all accessories bolted on, and it's ready to go back on the car. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the machine just to help sling load it up and on, and then yeah, we can clamp it down, and we should be right to go. I can't fit out of the Macca's drive-thru in that. No way. At least it's at a good height where I can actually reach my awning. Oh, you can, yeah. Yeah, which was like the biggest thing. I was so worried. I'm like, oh, big tires and everything. I'm not gonna reach an awning, but you could adjust it down. So. It's so weird. I haven't had like a rooftop tent on for so long. It's just been like a sleek look, and now it's kind of like. It still looks good. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. It looks more like a tourer sort of. Anyway, we'll keep it, get it down, get these straps off, and then we'll really be able to see how it looks. All right, so we've got the rooftop tent on the car. We're losing light, but that's all on now. We'll just go run some power for it inside the tent. We've still got a bunch of other stuff we've got to put in the camping fit out, so we'll get on to that tomorrow. All right, so with the rooftop tent on and everything, the inside camping fit out begins. So I've taken out the false floor, which I built a little while back. That's going back in, but while that's out, we're gonna give this a good clean. We're gonna put the water tank in. We're gonna redo some of the wiring for power for the tent and solar and all that things. And then once that's done, we should be able to put it all back inside and yeah, have a pretty good camping fit out in here. So let's get on to it. All right, I just spent a huge amount of time doing all the wiring on this tent. Hopefully you can't see it. So a little bit there coming up through the doors, but that's how it gets up to the power to the rooftop tent through the Anderson plug, which you might just be able to see there. So that's that side done. That goes down into the car. And then on this side, we've got power coming up through the door here, up here, and actually runs through the back of the awning there on the channel rails on the back of the awning, and then up and onto the tent. Now this side was a bit hard because obviously the solar panel is fixed to the top shell of the tent, which obviously opens and shuts as the car goes up and down. So I needed to make sure to leave a bit of slack so it could do its motion, but I still wanted to obviously look neat on the car. So I think it worked out pretty well. But now it's time to do the inside.
So since I'm planning on doing some longer trips very soon, I've put back in my 55 litre water tank along with the false floor I made, and plus the additional storage shelves to better organise the space in the rear of the car.
So what turned into a short session actually turned into a pretty big session. Did a lot more wiring than what I was expecting to do. Made all the wiring as neat as possible under the awnings. So it only visible there coming down for all the tent power and solar. Yeah, just tried to keep it fairly neat. This is still messy, but one day I'm gonna tackle the rebuild on that. But yeah, new lighting out the back. Motion sensor as well, so it'll turn on. So that'll be nice. All right, and the next mod to do is actually on the rear bar. So I've got my twin jerry cans that go there. Now I'm adding something else. This is called a modular accessory pocket from Razzler. So these carriers are actually built in a modular design, which means you can bolt different accessories to them. You know, you can run this as a twin jerry can, or you can run it as a one jerry can and one gas bottle, or you can run it as a Max Trax holder and you know, you can mix and match, which is awesome because, you know, some trips you might want to bring different things. So this is what they call the modular accessory pocket. Bolts right in here. You can either have one, or you could even run two actually if you wanted to. But I'm just gonna run one. So this just bolts right on, which is awesome. And yeah, another nice little camping mod. Boom. So now when I'm cooking and doing all that stuff and it comes to time to wash hands, just go here, pop, and then straight to jerry can. No water in it, but you get the gist. Awesome.
So with the car now all set up, it was time to go and test it.
All right, so we're going to actually test out the tent. I've got Anya with me here. So yeah, we're heading to, well, where am I heading?
Warburton, Upper Warburton Reservoir.
Upper Yarra Reservoir.
Oh, whoops.
Hey, Anya, I got this thing where I really like waterways, anything that relates to a dam, an aqueduct, you know, large infrastructure projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to Upper Yarra Reservoir, which you can actually camp at. So I've never been there before. So hopefully this time works out and yeah, see a cool dam.
Yeah.
And test the tent and the new camping fit out, So to give it a context on why this reservoir is so important, it is essentially the main rainfall catchment reservoir for the city of Melbourne. So like they say why Melbourne water tastes so good is because they've got this huge catchment area that is completely off limits to anyone. Like you can't get in. Anya and I have now gone around all different spots on the outside. It's all gated, security camera, the whole thing. They treat this place like Area 51. It's yeah, it's pretty wild. But yeah, this is where it all starts. Pretty much the start of the Yarra is just up over there, and it all starts up here and flows down. So let's go check it out. But that all out there is pristine, untouched. That's your drinking water, Melbourne. All right, so we're finally at a camp spot. So let's run you through the tent, the car, the new camping fit out, and show you all about it. So you would have seen I put in back our storage system. So this side of the car is my side. So yeah, a bunch of camera gear, drone and stuff. We've got our storage under here, where I have our big water tank in here as well. So that's like 60 litres. So between all that, this pretty much sorts us out for all our gear. Now, obviously the tent, the process is just the same as it is on the other tents, very easy. Back open, just quickly pop it, and then up she goes. And look how easy it lifts, and that's with the Max Trax on it as well, Max Trax Extremes and the solar panel, so super easy. So now you'll notice this tent actually opened a little bit different. You'll see it's not fully deployed yet. That's because there's another crossbar that goes up and out the front. So I'll show you what I mean. So we go up, and then what we've actually got, this little crossbar that comes up. So this lifts up and basically pushes out and gives you a heap more room inside the tent. And there you go. So it's only like one extra step, I guess you'd say, but well, actually not even, because on the old tent you had the awning to do. This one, it just that bar goes forward, locks in, and then you're done. So Anya and I are pretty excited to see how the whole setup works, because we haven't actually, we haven't gone camping in the 80 series in so long since we've been the whole rebuild process. So the first time out of it, it is set up very similar to how it was all set up last time, but that's a good reason. The last setup, I loved it. I didn't really want to change it. So we've sort of gone for the exact same setup as we had before. There's a few little things that we might tweak around on. But yeah, when we have this next few weeks on the road, it's really going to put it all to test. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So we've camped set up for the night. We took a short walk to check out the furthest upstream point on the Yarra River that is accessible to the public.
Tell you what, when you go to the Yarra River in the city, it's just like poop water. But here, it's like pristine. It's actually nice up here. I know, you can see right through it. That stuff down there where it's pumping out that big pipe is for the river, the Yarra River, the main river that goes through Melbourne. And this stuff up here is for all the drinking water that gets aqueduct all the way down to Sylvan and all the other reservoirs. It's so crazy you can get this close to probably some of the most important infrastructure in Melbourne. It feels good to be back underneath the 80.
And it's exciting to test it for the night because we're going to be on the road for nearly 3 weeks in June.
Yeah. So it'll be good to give it. I've missed the 80 series. Like using Mum's Patrol was great in the meantime, but like it just wasn't the same like as having this set up. Like it's just so easy. So before Anya goes and makes her little dessert, I actually bought us a little bit of a present. It's a 12 volt heated blanket. Now it's only 12 volts, so I don't know how good it's going to be. I'll probably go 240 in the future, but I figured because the tent now has 12 volt power inbuilt up there, why not get ourselves a little electric blanket to keep us warm? So we'll give it a crack tonight and see how it goes. Electric blanket in, and because we've got a little power up here, I can literally just go and plug that in. And then I think this, what's this doodad do? Heat. Let's go high. It's so nice up here. Like, I don't know if the GoPro picks it up, but there is so much room. It is just going to be such a great sleep. So Anya is making, what do you call it?
Wing wangs.
Basically 2 bananas, and you cut them open, you put some yummy stuff in them.
No, they're not called wing wangs. I think they're called banana boats, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, they're going to be good.
Bye, banana.
Still good.
The new mattress is so much better.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's so comfortable.
So what we're actually running on in terms of the mattress, we've got the standard, I think it's a 70mm mattress that comes standard. But then, because Liam's got the Z-Fold, he's got the same mattress as this. He's like, mate, put a little, you go to Kmart, you buy a mattress topper. They're only like 20, 30mm. So they don't look like they'll do anything, but you put it on top and it absolutely changes the game. Like it feels like, I feel like last time I had a rooftop tent, you know, the mattress and that, it still felt like you're in a rooftop tent. Whereas this actually feels like
so nice.
You're in a bed. Like it's yeah, it's awesome.
Very nice in here.
All right, so inside the tent, it is very nice. Obviously if you turn around, you'll see plenty of room. Got our 2 lights. These are on switches, which isn't too bad, little touch switches. So you just down the bottom, touch them and you can turn them on. 2 modes, white and orange. So the amber's really nice. It's Anya's favorite. So
yeah.
And then that obviously plugs in back here. We've got our little power unit, so all goes into that. Plenty of pockets down the side, so for water bottles and stuff. But yeah, got the iPad in there, so we're gonna watch some Alone Australia soon. But that'll just slide in there. We can sit back and watch it like we're at the movies, which is nice. But yeah. Oh, I didn't show you the other cool feature this tent has, which I don't know if I've shown you actually.
Maybe you haven't. Oh, yeah, you have.
It has a moon roof. You can look out into the sky, into the stars and such. So yeah, I don't know, cool little feature. It'd actually be nice to wake you up in the morning, you know. Or maybe not. but yeah, no, that's a little cool little thing. Oh, another cool thing that they've actually done on this is it's got these little condensation vents. So they're a little vent that goes out there just to stop it from building up. Obviously this has a condensation mat and all that good stuff like last time. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of bedding in here. So I'll show you in the morning what we can actually close the tent with. Because yeah, it's pretty impressive. So yeah, I reckon we'll watch some Alone.
Go watch Alone.
And go to sleep. So, see ya. Yeah, so we had a bit of rain last night, didn't actually get wet, which is, you know, what you'd hope for. But yeah, it was all good in there. What I actually really liked about the new tent design is that it feels so much more spacious, especially around your head. You don't have the canvas like, you know, lapping at your head. It's quite long too, and it's a bit wider than my old tent, which, you know, I was a bit worried about. I wasn't sure how it's gonna look on the car, but it still looks really good in the car, and it's so much better. It just gives us more room up there, which is when you're doing those long trips, that's what you want. So yeah, heaps of great room around there, and just overall, just a nice experience to sleep out of. I thought it was good. What did you reckon?
Yeah, really good. Comfy as,
it was...
especially with the hot blanket.
Okay, we bagged the electric blanket last night, but it actually worked really well, and it heats up quite fast. It heated up in like a couple minutes, and then you just have it on for, yeah, 15 or so, turn it off. So yeah, it was good. Plenty of pockets to store my things. You know, it was good to watch alone in. Yep. Yeah, it was a good sleep. So yeah, we'll get it all packed up now, and I'll show you what I can actually fit in it when we go to close it. All right, so I'll show you what we're storing up here. So we've got condensation mat, which comes with the tent down there. We've got 70mm mattress topper, and that all goes under our fitted sheet. Then electric blanket, doona from home, green blanket, like a thick woolen blanket, and then this will all shut up in the tent. So let me show you. So pull down this crossbar, which is super easy. Just undo that. That falls down. Pop that out, and I just lie this on the bed, just like I would have done with, you know, the awning poles back in the day with the other model tent. Bring this shut. And now, with the new latches, this is what makes it actually so much easier to close. So they're like the clamp down style, so you can actually apply force. So you pretty much got to get it, run it down, like that. Same with the other side. Climb down like that. And then, now that you've got this little bit, you actually apply pressure. And this is what allows you to obviously store more in there, get a better seal. And yeah, it's just so much better than the previous latches that was on my old tent. So this goes on that, clamp like that, and perfect seal.
Yeah, because you used to sometimes like sit on top of it if we wanted to crush.
Yeah, sometimes when I wanted to jam a lot in, I had to sit on top. But now having these latches, you can apply force. It's so much better. So. And then this side, clamp like that.
So good. And
so in there. So yeah, that's like the biggest thing for me, rooftop tent, is being able to store all that gear in there. So you can just pop it, ready to go. Yeah, works a treat. So that's the new setup on the new 80. It is very similar to how it was set up last time, but I think it's going to work perfectly for what Anya and I are doing in it. So make sure you get subscribed so you don't miss any of that stuff coming up soon, and we'll see you all in the next episode.